We're gonna further show you, man. This man came from a faraway land and decided, I will never let my kingdom fall again. Because when we ruled in righteousness. He don't like righteousness. He was a freak. He want to be one of Alexander the freak. These people are SAs, man. Naturally, man. They have the demonic aura on them. They are not like us. We are righteous people. That's not in our nature.
Right.
That's why we got to understand. This is our enemy. We're not supposed to follow his customs. When you put that spirit on, you become like him. And you depart from God. You depart from being righteous rulers of the earth. And you're furthering our captivity. So you got to come back, man. We's a royal people, man. You got to understand. Understand that we go back to first Peter 5:8. Mama Kishar, man. I want to expound on that a little more, man. Because you got to understand, he doesn't care about your oppression, man. He don't care what you're going through. He don't care if you just had a piece of bread for the last week. He don't care that your rent is sky and you live in a box. He don't care about none of that. This man is your enemy. The only reason he's smiling in your face is because he knows he probably makes 200,000 more than you make in a year. That's the only reason why he's smiling in your face. Hey, you want a muffin? You can come in the break room and, we having a potluck. The hell with all that. I want this kingdom, man. I want righteousness on this earth. Like the Lord said, man, that shall it be in heaven. I'm paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? In heaven shall it be on earth, man. We got to rule this planet again, man. It's going out of whack. But you got to understand your enemy. Read that again.
1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober. Be vigilant.
Be vigilant, man. Be vigilant. Be aware. Go on.
Because your adversary, the devil,
your adversary, the deceiver, who deceived the entire planet Earth and said that the so-called Jewish man is the 12 tribes of Israel. How dare you blaspheme the Lord like that?
Right.
How dare you say that the so-called 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, is some bird-nosed, pale, demon, man. Right. Going around here, you even got the animals in mourning, man. The animals don't even like you. You know how many videos I've seen animals attacking this creature?
Right.
And he's the real creature. You know what I'm saying? People be like, that's a dangerous situation. Yeah, I'm like, pray for the lion. Right. Because this so-called white man is gonna have him in a cage. Right. You wanna put everybody in a cage. The world would be a better place if so-called white people were in a cage, man. Right. Because everywhere you go, you leave death, destruction, poison, radioactivity, so on and so forth, man. Right. You're poison on the earth. And the Lord said you're going to have to be extinguished. That's in the Bible. That's in the Bible. That's not my words. I'm not out here harming white people. You call us racist, but we the ones out here just talking about the atrocities of so-called blacks, Hispanic people. Latinos are committed, unaliving themselves in ice communities, in ice cages. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Native Americans are drinking themselves to death. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand that struggle. You don't care about that struggle. You know what it's like to black out and don't know how you're making it home. You know what I'm saying? Because you're so depressed, because you're going through so much pain and you don't know a way out. Because the so-called white man is governing this earth. In the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, it says, when the wicked rule, the people mourn. Our people are in a state of mourning, man. That's why you see all of this, these areas like Kensington, like 125th. You know what I'm saying? You see zombie lands popping up all over the place. Our people are destroying themselves because of the oppression that they're going to. But that's why we have the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. You need to know your identity, know your enemy. The Bible says what? Read it from the top.
Be sober, be vigilant.
Be sober and be vigilant. Be sober physically and spiritually. Be aware. Read on.
Because your adversary, the devil,
right?
As a roaring lion.
As a roaring lion. A roaring lion is not playing around with you. He's not keying in your face. A roaring lion is coming to eat. He's coming to hunt you down. He'll set it up. If you know about lions, they set up the lionesses, the ones that be hunting. But he'll set it up. He'll have the lioness come and have you cornered, and the lion will be the one to take you down if he got to bite your nose. That's how the devil operates, and that's why you shouldn't be marrying any white woman.
Right.
You shouldn't be interracially marrying because that's against the law in the Bible as well.
Right.
You need to be sticking to together. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to be sticking to their own self, man, because we have a common enemy. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can get out this predicament that you in. Hold the line 7 and 3 for that.
All right, Most High in Christ. Let's get a load of hand real quick, all right? Most High in Christ, Brotherhood class, Tuesday. I'm Police Officer 5000 Shalai Yala. I represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We come out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. On the Commander in Johanna. Today is Tuesday, the Brotherhood class. As usual, Barakatay Hawaii Al Shah made it through another week. We here. You know, there's a whole bunch of things going on. You know, a lot of people caught up in this whole Knicks and San Antonio finals basketball game. It's entertaining, but it's distracting at the same time. We all know about the non-guilty verdict of the Asian man, Rick Chow, who slaughtered a young black boy, claiming self-defense of him and his son. He got off guilty. He shot the young boy in the back. You know, so it caused somewhat of an outrage, somewhat of a discussion, somewhat of some chatter of boycotting Asian businesses. And just today, the young black man by the name of Carmelo Anthony of Frisco, Texas, he was in a similar predicament. When I say similar, he was protecting himself, defending himself against a white mob of young, devious devils that took it upon themselves to want to bother this young man, and he defended himself. And unfortunately, in defending himself, one of the little demons lost his life. And unfortunately for the brother Carmelo Anthony, he was found guilty of murder. Now, as you can see, both the Asian man and a young black man both claimed self-defense. All right. In one case, the Asian man, a grown Asian man, unalived a teenage boy. The other one, a teenage boy, defended himself against some other teens. They said these teens were actual devils, and he defended himself. All right. So both of these young brothers, these teenagers, Carmelo and Cyrus, one in Texas, one in South Carolina, both of them lost their lives. How? One brother is facing a life sentence for protecting himself, and one brother is under the ground because of nothing. You understand? Both of the systems done them wrong. Both are injustice. Both are disgusting. And as black folks, when I say black, I mean all the tribes, black, Latino, Native American, we cannot sit back and just sit on our hands and think that this is just going to roll over. This has been a constant and a perpetual thing that has been going on in our community, in this cesspool of a society, that there is no justice for our young, for our old. This is all in the scriptures. You understand? There's no outcry. The Asians stood up when it was time for this. When this Asian man, Rick Chow, when he got found not guilty, no compassion, no nothing. They stood up. Hey, look, we dare you to boycott us. Then he went all into, how we need them and so on. Rick Chow, the Asian man in South Carolina, is known for being violent. We should have stopped going to his store a long time ago. He was known for shooting at cars and beating up black youth in this store. We continued to to go there and shop and everything else. We continued that. On the other hand, the young black boy Carmelo Anthony, he was terrorized by some known bullies. These white boys were known to be going around beating people up and pushing up on people and making their presence felt in a violent, aggressive, assertive way. You understand? Two violent cultures, and both black boys got the bad end of the stick. Now, you can't tell me that that's not an issue or a problem. You understand? Now, what does this have to do with brotherhood and sisterhood? The same way those Asians stood up for Rick Chow, and the same way these Caucasians, these devils, stood up for these young white boys, knowing that they're young terrorists. The Asians stood up for Rick Chow, knowing that he hated black people and that he was a terrorist to black people. They stood up for theirs. Now, when are we going to stand up for ours? When are we going to have some type of righteous anger to stand up for our people? When will it bother us? Will it bother us when it comes directly to our footsteps, directly to our doorsteps, directly to our living rooms and kitchens and bedrooms, to our yards? When it comes directly? Well, let me tell you something. It's not far-fetched that it can happen. How do we know? We can see it clearly on the news of other families that these tragedies have visited. What omits us from not being the next one? You understand? What keeps us safe from it not happening? Because it hasn't happened yet. See, comfortability kills. Right. And there's no way a Black, Latino, Native American should feel comfortable in America or feel comfortable in any of these cesspool societies that's ran by these devils or any of these heathens. There's no way to feel comfortable. How do we know? Because you should have a sense of awareness every time you or your child or your loved one steps outside of the house. Right. You understand? You should have some type of awareness, some type of being alert, something. You understand? And we have to stand up for each other. We have to make an outcry. This was an injustice, not only for Carmelo Anthony, the young boy in Texas, but for his family. You understand? Not just for Cyrus out there in South Carolina, but not just for him, but for his family. And for the next young brother or sister out there that has to go through something like this, for society to make an example of, to let you know, nigga, we don't care about you. You understand? We don't care about your kids. We don't care about the elderly. We don't care about you, nigga. You understand? What else do they have to do? They've been doing it for so long. And who is they? Well, you know who they is. The oppressor has been doing this. And their comrades, which are the disgusting, filthy heathens of the world. You understand? They've been doing it for how long? You understand? They did it to Rodney King. They did it to the young girl. Is it Latrice from LA out there back in the 80s or 90s? They blew the little girl's head off, thought she was stealing. Natasha. They did it to Natasha out there in California. They did it to Emmett Till. They did it to George Steiny. I mean, damn, and the list can go on and on and on. Remember the young boy that the police jumped out and shot him down in Cleveland? The young 9-year-old boy that was playing with a toy gun? Shot that young man down. That's right. Philando Castile shot him down. You understand? This has been going on for quite some time now. You understand? And we're going to have some type of outcry. You understand? Some type of outcry for what is going on now. You understand? Brotherhood is an action word. It's not just something you say because it sounds sweet coming out of your mouth. You understand? Sisterhood is an action word. As Captain Zakar would say, they're synonymous. They mean the same thing. Brotherhood and sisterhood is an action word, and it's actions that need to be taken. I'm not saying we need to riot. I'm not saying that we need to go and throw Molotov cocktails through stores and beat anybody up or unalive anybody. What I'm saying is we're going to have to start expressing an extreme amount of love. There's going to be an overpour and overflowing of love that we have for each other. You understand? For each other. There's enough trying to hold and hug and caress these heathens and oppressors. It's enough of that. They don't want our love. They don't want our hands. They don't want our friendship. They don't want nothing to do with us. Unless they can benefit off of our blood, sweat, and our tears, we're useless to them, and they're proving it and saying it and doing it and displaying it. You understand? This is blatant. You can see look at what's the dark George, what's his name? Donald Trump. He went to the Knicks game yesterday. Everybody booed him, and he had his chin up and chest out. Proud white man. That's just the spirit of America. He don't give a damn who likes what and who doesn't. He gonna do what he want to do, and that is just blatantly clear that this system and society has absolutely no place for us. You understand? And we're gonna sit back and go, what are we gonna do? What can we do? You understand? There's something that we can do. We can lean on the Most High God, and we can look at these scriptures and let it be our moral compass to navigate us out of this wickedness that we're living in. You understand what I'm saying? Now, real quick, let's go. Let's go First Maccabees. Let's start there. All right, let's go to First Maccabees. All right, we're gonna go to First Maccabees chapter 3 and start at verse 17 real quick. All right, because a lot of brothers and sisters may feel like we're fighting a losing fight. You understand? These heathens and oppressors got certain powers, and they got judges and juries and lawyers and councilmen and congressmen and senators and so forth and so on. And we seem like we're fighting a losing fight, like we don't have no hope. Well, that's a goddamn lie. That's an absolute lie, and it's a misconception. We have all the power we need. We just have to utilize it. You understand? We have to utilize it. And we've been pushing this truth since 1969, saying the same damn thing. Why? Because this same garbage has been going on for so long, for thousands of years. This is not just yesterday or an hour ago. Thousands of years this has been going on. Now, when can a group of people, a nation, God's chosen people, can we be tired of being sick and tired? I mean, when is enough enough? Because when it comes to each other, we have no patience, no tolerance. Right. You hold a grudge for 50 years. You kick somebody out the house, out the car, unalive them, stab them, whatever. We don't give. We have a problem with each other. But when it comes to these other nations, we just can't stop. We can't stop taking our lips off of their ass. You understand? And we have to do something about it. All right. So let's go to First Maccabees. Let's try to chapter 3. Let's start at verse 17 real quick.
First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 17. Who, when they saw the host coming to meet them, said unto Judas, how shall we be able, being so few, to fight against so great a multitude and so strong?
Now, this is a soldier that came to Judas Maccabees, and he's asking, look, how can we win as a people of being just so few, being the minority? How can we win against such a great multitude? You understand? China is a great multitude of people. America is a great multitude. Britain is a great multitude. These are people with armies and they have backing. You know what I'm saying? They are confederate with each other. Right. How can we, being so small in the ghetto, being so small, suffering from depression, anxiety, and stress, and self-hate, and self-doubt, and worry, and everything else, how can we win? Everything we have, we get from them. How can we win being so few? They asked this leader this. They asked Judas Maccabees, who was leading these people. They asked them, how can we win being so few? Go ahead.
Seeing we are ready to faint.
Ready to what?
Faint.
We're ready to faint. We about to pass out here. Why? Because we getting high off fentanyl, getting high off dope, smoking all the weed we can, drinking as much as we can. Sniffing, snorting, shooting, sexing, aborting. We're doing everything that is making us weak. We about to faint out here. We can't even have a gathering without someone getting shot.
Right.
You understand? We can't have a gathering. We can't even come together in marriage without getting a divorce. You understand? How can we win? And we about to faint. We weak out here. The brotherhood is not as strong as it should be. The sisterhood not as strong as it should be. Brothers is going in and out of prison. So is some sisters. You understand? All of the atrocities that we're facing, we about to faint. So it seems.
Right.
Go ahead.
With fasting all this day.
We're fasting all this day. We are weak. We're going without. And it's just a little bit of us. How can we win? Now, our brothers and sisters may ask themselves that. How can I win? I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, and I'm poor and broke and hungry and starving. How can I win against the Klan or the police or the judge or the jury? How can I win? I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from one of these ghettos across this disgusting earth. How can I win against these people? We might ask ourselves that. Carmelo Anthony, the young boy that just found guilty, is sitting somewhere right now, ready to get sentenced, possibly to life, for defending himself at the age of 17 against a white mob. He's sitting somewhere in a cell right now, crying, wondering, how can I win? Because he feel like he already lost. He's already about to faint. You understand? He's already about to faint, already feeling weak. He got found guilty for defending himself against a white mob. You understand? And he's asking himself, how can I win? Keep going.
Verse 18. Unto whom Judas answered.
Well, this is what the leader of these black men said. This is what the leader of this black militant group, this host, this army, this is what this black man said. Go ahead.
It is no hard matter for many to be shut up in the hands of a few.
Now, that sounds easy to say. It's not a big deal for just a few of us to shut up the many. It's not a few of us. It's not hard for a few of us to bring down the mighty. It's no hard matter. What makes him so confident in saying that? That's easy to say. That's good to hear. Sounds good, right? Let's keep going.
And with the God of heaven, it is all one.
Say it again.
And with the God of heaven, it is all one.
And this is where our power comes in, where our strength comes in. You understand? It's nothing with the God in heaven who chose us. You understand? We have to know who we are. Right. If we know who we are, we wouldn't have a problem having a solid, strong, unbreakable brotherhood and sisterhood, to where when we have an outcry, the world would shake. If we know our strength, if we know what we have to deal with. But the traumas of this earth, of this world, of this life, have beat us down to powder, to where our spirits don't even feel right.
Right.
All we do is sit and worry and overthink, and what if, and if I should, and why did I? All of this stuff in our mind, and we forget the power that we have. You understand? We forget about that. But this black man, this strong black man, said this. You understand? It's nothing to the God in heaven. Go ahead.
To deliver with a great multitude or a small company.
It don't matter how many people we got. It don't matter. You know why? Because we have a power that these heathens do not have. Right. But it may not seem like it. Guilty verdicts may not make you seem like it. Being unalived for nothing, you may not feel like you have strength. Right. May not feel like the Most High God is with you. You understand? But if we can't see now that the Most High God is provoking us to get angry and to do something about it. You understand? To do something that we did the rioting. We did that. We boycotted buses. We did that. You understand? We did all of that. Nothing worked.
Right.
We went all up in the Christian churches. We sang and locked hands and fought against the water hoses and German Shepherd, did all of that. It didn't do nothing. Now, when are we going to turn back to a terrible God?
That's right.
When I say terrible, I'm talking about powerful God. A God that gives judgment. You understand? Through a creator. We have a certain power, and he is provoking us to have an outcry. He's provoking it. You understand? The scripts say, the paraphrase, he's going to spew us out being lukewarm. And if we're not having an outcry about what's going on, about these injustices going on, and not just with the brothers that we see on television, not just with Cyrus and Carmelo, about the ones in your neighborhood, the ones you see on your local news. You understand? We don't have an outcry about it. Not just when it comes to our house, not just when it comes to one of our cousins and all of that. Nope. When it comes to the stranger, the so-called stranger, your neighbor who you don't know, that nigga you don't know, that spit you don't know, that wetback you don't know, that look like you, that go through what you go through, been through what you've been through, get harassed or you get harassed. You understand? Got to get stopped and frisked, hands all on your testicles. You understand? Patting your woman down, stroking her vagina. The same one to go through you, same one to get that hot flash when them sirens come behind you. The same ones. You understand? Then when are we going to say, you know what? There's a pattern going on here. We got to do something different. And what's different? Serving the Most High God. How will we do that? By loving each other. And then the world will know, the earth will know, the galaxy will know that these are the people of God when we are together, right, and have an outcry. You understand? Let's keep going.
Verse 19. For the victory of battle standard.
Say it again.
For the victory of battle standard.
How to win the battle, right? Which means what? We are in a fight. We're in a fight for our life. This ain't a rap battle. This ain't a jump rope battle. This ain't a beatboxing battle, a breakdancing battle, a graffiti battle. This ain't an MMA battle. You understand? This is a battle for our life. You understand? And it's telling us how to get the victory, how to win. You understand? On how to win. When are we going to understand that? We've been getting beat down so much. Can't we tell we're in a fight? Can't we tell that we are in a battle? I mean, what the hell else they got to do? What do they have to do? Black man defend himself, he goes to jail. Asian man defend himself and kills another black boy, he's home. He's home. He's home. And they're mocking you. Or mocking us. Right. Daring you. Nigga, you know you want these chicken wings and fried rice and all that. You know you want it. You know you want that. You're going to come on and get all of that. Come on over there. Shut up, Shaniqua, and get your nails done. Come on, LaQuasia. Go over there. Shut up. Pull out them feet and let them talk about you. And go and get your feet done because you got to look cute. You understand? Forget the value that we should have for each other and for ourselves. Forget the value. It's all about looking good and feeling good. You understand? You get an orgasm, you bust a nut and you're full of food, we good to go. You understand? Well, that time come to an end. You understand? It's time for us to not be the nice fat full dog with a collar around our neck and safe in the house. It's time for us to turn it to wolves. And sometimes the price of freedom is hunger. Sometimes that's the price of freedom. Sometimes you got to go hungry, but at least you're free. Instead of being a stuffed, full, controlled slave. To learn how to sit and roll over and fetch and to stay and to attack. When I say attack, it's better to roam and be free and be hungry. You understand? We're going to have to make a distinction now and make a decision now on what are we going to do about this. You understand? Let's keep reading.
Come on, God.
Read again from the top.
Come on, God. Verse 19. For the victory of the battle standeth not in the multitude of an host, but strength coming from heaven.
That's where our strength comes from. You understand? That's where our strength comes from. Not from bullets, not from grenades, missiles, Molotov cocktails, knives, swords, karate, kung fu, jujitsu, whatever. That's not where our strength comes from. Those are good things to have. But our strength comes from heaven. That's our strength. You understand this? That's for us. That's what we have. And we're going to have to utilize that. Believe it and utilize it as per the scriptures. Let's keep going.
Come on, God, verse 20. They come against us in much pride.
Say it again.
They come against us in much pride.
All you got to do is look at that thumbnail. Look at that Asian man.
Right.
You understand? After that, he was just as happy as a kid in a candy shop.
That's right.
You understand? Just happy. His Asian counterparts, they went all on the news, mocking, talking about, yeah, we put that boy in a t-shirt. You understand? Remember that cornball rapper, China Mac?
Oh.
Did an interview with Captain Katazai. I gotta find it. If y'all listening, go find that interview with Captain Katazai and that disgusting, filthy, stinking, scumbag Asian man, China Mac, a rapper, a culture pirate who came in here trying to rap and get hip hop money and all this other garbage. And what happened? He took himself back right over to China. And he got a video out mocking us. After he done sat here and spit bars and battled and all this other garbage that we allowed him to do. Now he's over in China mocking us. You understand? I mean, they have great pride. You understand? Great pride. Now the young boy Carmelo Anthony, who defended himself against a white mob, now he's listed as a murderer. And guess what? White folks, he deserves it. They're not even talking about the terroristic activities of these white boys. Not even going to talk about that. Oh, that's boys being boys. That's it. They just acting. That's just they're young. Well, so is Carmelo Anthony. So is the young boy Carmelo. He young too, and he defended his young life. But this society is going to pay for that because as a good house dog, you can't snap back at your owner. Can't bite back. You go to the pound for that. You get put to sleep for that. Maybe it's time we start being some roaming wolves that's willing to go hungry, as opposed to being good house dogs. You understand? Let's keep going.
Oh God. Iniquity to destroy you.
To do what?
Iniquity to destroy you.
It don't say to make friends with us. It don't sit there and say to go to church together and sit in the pew together. It says they want to do what?
Destroy you.
That's what it seems like. I think with the crack epidemic, with the fentanyl epidemic going on now, with all the abortion clinics, with the police brutality, you understand? You see how many brothers and sisters are being paid a few $1 million for spending 20 and 30 years in prison for something they never did.
Right.
You understand? And people say, well, niggas commit crimes all the time. Well, niggas go to jail too.
Right.
I believe they're flooding the jails. So America's still getting money. They're still getting their sweat equity out of them. You understand? America's still getting their justice.
Right.
Even if they're Black and Latino criminals, you're still getting your justice. But on our end, you can murder us and beat us, mistreat us, do what you want to do, and go on scot-free.
Right.
And you just live off your pride and stick your chest out. Meanwhile, we have to clean up the aftermath of the disaster you've caused. We have to deal with a child who has PTSD. You got to deal with that. Got to deal with a kid that has trauma. You understand? There's a manic depressant now.
That's right.
You understand? We got to deal with that. Now we got to deal with that while you walk around full of pride, happy, with thoughts of destroying us. I mean, I can't. After a while, there's no more blaming the white man. We just pointing it out. And there's no more, at this point in time, there's no more volunteering to be this person, these heathens and oppressors victims. Now it's a volunteering thing now. Because now we know better. We should know better at this point. And if you don't know by now that the white man is the devil, then what else do we have to do? Because he's proud to be that. The heathen knows it, and the heathen's going to and live off that too. That's why they're going to live off that. As we said last week, you know what I'm saying? Rick Chow, he didn't learn to hate niggas because he's from over here. He's from Hong Kong. Them young white devils, they didn't just wake up one day and just hate niggas. They was taught that. That's their culture. You understand? What's our culture? What's our culture? It's not to hate each other. It's not to gang bang and beat each other in the gangs and all of this crazy garbage. It's not that. It's not killing our babies. It's not having this high divorce rate, these broken homes and things of this nature, and to be drug addicts and all. That's not our culture. Our culture is to serve the Most High God, because that's where our strength and our power and our lives comes from. We are here on this earth for a purpose. Right. You understand? For a purpose. And we're going to have to be willing to put our life on the line for that purpose. You understand? Let's keep going.
God. And our wives and children. And to spoil.
We already see they're trying to destroy our wives and our children. And all they want to do is spoil us. They want to just get rid of us. This is what they want to do. Why am I saying that? Look at the news. Look, this is how much pride they got. Look in the history books. Look in the history books. They can kill 77 million Indians and say Thanksgiving. They can do that. They can enslave you, whoop on you, beat on you, grape you, essay you, and all this other garbage, and say, you know what? My bad. Give you Juneteenth, man. Right. Put your ribs on the grill and all of that. Get your red, green, and what's that? What colors they got? Red, green, and black, or whatever that garbage is. Right. All of that. You know what I'm saying? Again, we're going to give you that. We're going to sit there like true victims of Stockholm Syndrome and think the kidnapper and the rapist, thank you for stopping. We're going to celebrate this now. It's going to be a national holiday that we helped you niggas. We should thank Abraham Lincoln, I guess. But who should we thank now? Because it's still going on. Why celebrate Juneteenth and we're still enslaved? Really? Should I celebrate that this Asian got away with unaliving a young black boy for allegedly stealing water? He deserved a bullet in his back. We're gonna celebrate Juneteenth for what? We still enslaved. You understand? We still enslaved. Still getting whooped and beat on. There's nothing to celebrate at all. This is a time to be extremely angry and extremely fed up. This is a time to be extremely fed up and tired of the garbage. Let's keep going.
Oh God, verse 21. But we fight for our lives.
Say it again.
But we fight for our lives.
And this is what we're doing. That young boy was running from them Asians to preserve his life, and they took it. The young black boy Carmelo was fighting for his life, and they found him guilty and took it. You understand? This is what we fight for. Can't you see? Everything that we do is for our life. Whether if you're going to your job to pay your bills and get food and everything else, we fighting for our life every day.
Right.
Not for pride and all this other stuff. We don't do it just because. We do it because we are in survival mode. Everybody.
Right.
You understand? Don't give a damn if you work up on the top floor, work in the basement. You there for your life. Every nigga, every spick, every wetback. That's it. Don't let your mama tell you nothing different. We fight for our lives here. And what else? Go ahead.
Our laws.
And we fighting for our laws. What's the laws of God? Love your brother. You know what I'm saying? Love your sister. No stealing, no grudges, no murder, no killing, none of that. You understand? Keep going.
Oh God. Verse 22. Wherefore the Lord himself.
Say it again.
Wherefore the Lord himself.
Go ahead.
Will overthrow them before our face.
If we serve the Most High God, if we come together and have an outcry, we have the right to have a righteous anger. The scripture said oppression make a wise man mad, but a gift will destroy the heart. A house dog will never be as vicious as a wolf, as a lion. Never be, because he's comfortable. The gift destroyed that damn dog's heart. That's why they get worms and cancer and got their balls cut off and everything else. Because they're just lazy house dogs. But not a wolf, not a lion. You understand? Not afraid to get hungry or be or starve for a little while, go without for a little while. Why? Because our strength comes from heaven. How can we have more? How can we have less faith than a wolf or a lion, and we have dominion over them? You understand? It's time for something different. You understand? Go ahead.
Okay. And as for you.
As for who?
You.
As for you, black man, Latino man, Native American man, woman, and child, for brother and sister alike, go ahead.
Be ye not afraid of them.
And we shouldn't be afraid of them. That's why we should have an outcry. You understand? We should have an outcry. No, we don't boycott. We're not going to boycott it because I mean, we're going to go back when things change? No. How about this? Elimination. How about that? Eliminate them. I'm not talking about unaliving anybody. I'm talking about they don't exist. They don't even exist. We're going to not pay their rent anymore by getting their chicken, going to their liquor stores, getting all their Black and Miles and Lucy's and Scratch or whatever they got. Let them keep it. They don't exist. Just like the brother who owes you $3 that you're mad at don't exist. How about we let these stinking, disgusting scumbag heathens, how about they don't exist? How about we going to treat them like the cousin that we mad at? Why don't we do that? How about we're going to get rid of all the not talk to these heathens the same way you don't talk to your sister because you got mad because when mommy died, you took the albums and all of that and you took her jewelry and all of that because mommy died, and now I want to know who's going to take care of the house. All of that family fighting after the funeral. How about we treat the heathens that way? Right. Why don't we do that? Because we find it real easy to cut each other off. We find it real easy to boycott our families and friends and loved ones. We find it easy to boycott us. We find it very easy. We integrated with the white man just so we can segregate amongst ourselves. You understand? How about we change that dynamic? There's nothing wrong with having that righteous anger. Let's direct it somewhere else. Right. Let's change the view in our scope. I'm not saying don't give up your mentality of striking. Let's just change the target. Right. You understand? And that's what we should do. Let's get the definition of outcry.
Oh, God.
Because somebody think that means cry outside or who knows what. Let's just see what outcry means.
God. Outcry means a loud, passionate expression of anger.
Of what?
Anger.
A loud, passionate expression of anger. That's an outcry. That's not a boo-hoo sit in the corner cry. That's not I'm scared of you cry. It's a passionate cry, an expression. Go ahead.
Disapproval.
Of what?
Disapproval.
There's nothing wrong with disapproving. We have the right to speak up and be angry and disapprove of how we're being treated. But let's not just how we're being treated. We should disapprove how we allow ourselves to be treated. Right. Let's be mad at ourselves for knowing who the enemy is and still allowing it. Right. You know, let's disapprove of our actions. You understand? Go ahead.
Or protest. Typically made by the public for a large group of people.
And I think the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, are a large group of people. Right. And I think we have the right to have an outcry, to have a passionate anger. I think we do. You understand? Now, real quick, just to catch some people up, let's go to the article a little bit with Carmelo, all right?
Come on, Con.
Young black boy Carmelo. Let's just read a little bit about it, all right?
Come on, Con.
And then we're going to jump back into some scriptures. Let's go with it.
Come on, Con. Carmelo Anthony was found guilty of unaliving in the 2025 federal stabbing of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf.
Austin Metcalf is the young devil that attacked this young black man, this young black boy. You understand? He's the one that attacked him with a group of others, but this is the one that happened to be on the other end of the knife. Austin Metcalf. Keep going.
The verdict was reached by a jury in McKinney, Texas, following an 8-day trial.
Now let's just read a little bit about what happened. Go ahead.
The fatal encounter occurred on April 2nd, 2025, as a district track and field meet in Frisco, Texas. Anthony, then a 17-year-old Centennial High School student, was sitting under the bleacher tent of rival Memorial High School, where Metcalf was a track athlete.
Now they had a sporting event. Okay, this black man didn't knock on this boy's door, didn't go on this boy's property, didn't try to break into his car, wasn't alleged of doing anything.
Right.
Just minding his business, trying to stay out of the rain. I mean, if that's not a goddamn terrorist,
right,
bothering someone that's taking shelter from the rain. Damn. Just imagine that being your child.
Right.
Or just imagine it being you. Just imagine it. You sitting somewhere, it's pouring down raining. You just want to wait for the rain to stop so you can stay dry. And somebody come and start bothering you, telling you to get out of here. How would you feel? What would you tell your child to do in that situation? Would you say, you better do what that man say? Or would you say, you stand up for yourself and protect yourself? Because I'll tell you this is just me personally. If he was my child, I would be proud of him.
That's right.
I'll be proud of him for defending himself. We're going to have to appeal this and fight through it. I'll do the time with you, but I'm proud. I don't got to bury you.
Right.
You understand? I'm glad he defended himself. That's just me personally.
Right.
You understand? Let's keep going.
Come on. When asked to leave the area.
To do what?
Asked to leave the area.
For no reason. Asked to leave the area. Didn't do anything wrong. They didn't say he's having a conversation. He's yelling loud on his cell phone. He's being disruptive. He's blasting music. Ain't doing nothing. He was asked to leave. Go ahead.
A confrontation escalated.
Now, this is where they're going to skip straight to the confrontation. They asked him to leave and they just started fighting? No. They had to be bullying the boy. Right. Keep going.
Witnesses testified that Anthony provoked the situation.
See, let's talk about him provoking the situation. You know what the provocation was and what the problem was? He said, I'm not going nowhere.
That's right.
That's how he provoked it.
Right.
He should have been a good house dog.
Right.
He should have been a good house dog. I told you to go out the room. Hey, go. He should have went on about his business.
Right.
Oh, no. No. He said, no, I ain't going nowhere.
That's right.
So he provoked it. You should have been a good little nigga. Walked off. Went out in that rain and stood out in the rain. That's what you should have did. Right? Because that's what you would have did, right? Hell no. No, you wouldn't. And you would have every right to say, no, I'm not going nowhere. You have that right to say, no, I'm not doing it.
Right.
They don't have the right to put their hands on you. If they do, you have the right to leave them right where they're at.
Right.
You understand? Now he provoked it because he said no. Let's keep going.
Reach into his back
and
ultimately fatally stabbed Metcalf in the chest.
Do you see how the media is trying to play it?
Right.
He said, can you leave? Excuse me, sir. Could you leave? He didn't say nothing. He's went in his back and stabbed him. They're not saying how they was whooping on the boy.
Right.
They didn't say how he was whooping on him. Beating him up. It was 4-on-1. Had one of the other boys distracted, one of the coaches, so they wouldn't see it. They're not saying all of that. This is how the media play it. He just reached in his bag, stabbed the boy for no reason because he was asked to leave. Just like the other little young black boy, Cyrus, he was stealing water. He was stealing water. He did that. He provoked that problem. Yeah, he ran away. So what? But we thought he stole. He provoked the situation. That's it. See, this is why the Israelite School of UPK is thoroughly needed on this earth. Because what young Carmelo Anthony and young Cyrus should have known is that the white man is the devil.
Yeah.
And these stinking the scumbag heathens are their counterparts. And they're disgusting demons as well. And to stay away from them. Stay far away from them.
Right.
You're better off going to the zoo and getting in a tiger cage. You have a better chance than to deal with these stinking, disgusting heathens. And for a young boy to run away and get his life taken, and for a young boy to be told to leave because he's trying to not get wet from the rain, something's wrong with this society. These people come against us with much pride, like we just read, to destroy us. You understand? Just to destroy us. This is what they do. Look how the media plays this.
Right.
And you know who's in charge of media. The fake Jews in charge of media.
That's right.
Look how they playing it. Keep going.
After Metcalf shoved him.
Wait, say it again.
After Metcalf shoved him.
Oh, after he shoved him. Why didn't they start with that?
Right.
Why didn't you start with that? Why don't you tell the story? He said, nigga, leave. He said, I ain't going nowhere. And he pushed him.
Right.
And then you know it escalated. What do you do? Push him down to the ground and I'm still not leaving. Well, he pushed him back. Maybe. But after this point, didn't this white boy put his hand on him? Keep going.
Go on, Khan. He admitted to the stabbing, but maintained that he was acting in self-defense.
It sounds like self-defense to me.
Right.
This was an unprovoked attack. You understand? And the young boy lost his life. You understand? We should be very mad about this on so many different levels. We need to say something about this. But guess what? Nobody's going to say nothing about it at the moment. It's about the Knicks and the Spurs.
Right.
You understand? Your Christian pastor, he's not going to do nothing because he needs that tithe money. You understand?
That's
right. They're going to need that. Where's all your rappers? Everybody's concerned about Jay-Z and his new afro and his gold teeth and his freestyle.
Right.
How he's talking about Drake and all of that. Where's Drake and Jay-Z at? There should be some outcry about this. They got some power. They got some juice. They got money. They ain't gonna say nothing about this. I just seen a picture of Al Sharpton. You know where he was at? He was at the Knicks game, at the courtside. He was at courtside. That's where Al Sharpton was at. Not that we expect that bastard to do anything anyway, but isn't he a leader? You understand? Isn't he a leader?
Right.
You know who I seen down in South Carolina over there at that store and going over everything and being out there with the people? I seen the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
That's right.
And over in South Carolina, I seen them out there. That's what I seen out there. Where's everybody else at? The scriptures say our gates languish. Yeah, our leaders are weak.
Right.
Where they at? Where's the revolution at? Where they at? What the Black Panthers gonna do? March? Pull out their guns and shoot each other in the ass by accident? Muslims. Where the Muslims at? Where they at? Or maybe they're online having some fake debate, some dumbass debate about white people can be saved or some garbage. You understand? Who is having an outcry about this? I know how we feel in the UPK because this disgusting garbage has been going on. You understand? Now, if you're sitting on your couch watching and sitting back and just listening, patiently waiting for it to come to your door, it's time to do something about it. And there's a way that we can do it and should do it righteously, because we have a moral compass called the Bible, the Holy Bible, that's written for Black people, by Black people, Latino and Native American people, and it's our moral compass to navigate through the wicked, disgusting cesspool of a society that we live in.
Right.
We have the key to success. We have the key to victory. You understand? And we have to take hold of it and do something about these atrocities that's going on.
Right.
You understand? The young boy was found guilty. Now, when we gonna get tired about it? Go back to First Maccabees, Baba Kushah. All right, go back to First Maccabees. Drop down to verse 57. All right, go to the first 57 real quick. Let me see. Go to, let's see. Start at 58. All right, but still, this is still Judas Maccabees talking to his people, the ones that felt weak, the ones that were ready to faint, the ones that did not give up, even though lean on the Lord and continue to fight. Let's read about it.
First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 58. And Judas said, arm yourselves.
Say it again.
Arm yourselves.
Judas said to arm yourself. The leader told his people, arm yourselves. Right? Arm yourselves. Go ahead.
And be valiant men.
And be what?
Valiant men.
What does it mean to be valiant men? To be courageous.
Right.
You understand? Fearless. Just like our king, a Black man named Jesus Christ, as the world knows him.
Right.
Yahushua Mashiach in the Hebrew. Be courageous. Why? Because we're in a battle, as we read earlier. We're in a war. They're coming to destroy us, to spoil us. They're coming against us with much pride. They're coming to take full advantage of our children, of our women. We just read it. So he's saying, arm yourself, gear up, prepare. Prepare. Be courageous. We need courageous men.
Right.
We need men that find it more important to sit courtside at the Knicks and worry about Wambi or whatever the hell his name is, smacking Jalen Brunson upside the head. Who gives a damn? Jalen Brunson got smacked in the head. He's a millionaire. He's fine. There's a young boy that's in prison, that's about to go to prison for the rest of his life for defending himself. You understand? All of these little distractions going on. We need valiant men. The brothers who and sisters who feel like they don't have enough, that feel weak, that feel like it's just a few of them, that feel like this is a great multitude we're going against. We need those valiant men to be courageous in the eyes of danger,
right.
To be courageous in the eyes of death, to be courageous in the eyes of these filthy, disgusting, stinking heathens, and to not be house dogs.
Right.
You understand? To sit back and wait for a treat. To do a trick. You understand? Do a trick so good they take you to a show and let you jump over things and go through hoops and make a nice, pretty fur on you and comb your fur and you can win an award. You know, it makes you juggle a ball on your nose and jump through fire hoops and all this garbage. Not to be a slave to this white man, but to be a wolf and a lion. You understand? That knows that the price of freedom may be hunger, may be sacrifice, but it tastes a lot better when you get it. You understand? Valiant men, courageous men and women, courageous brothers and sisters. Keep going.
Come on, God. And see that ye be in readiness against the morning.
Now, get ready in the morning. For the morning, get ready. Which means the battle's coming soon. You understand? Be ready. The battle's coming. The morning, it's still dark outside. You understand? It's coming. Maybe when you least expect it. Maybe when you're resting. Maybe when you're groggy. But it doesn't matter if you're groggy. If you are sleepy a little bit. Because you know why? You're ready. You're ready. Because you know it's coming. You understand? You know the police brutality is coming. You know the hatred for you is coming. You know the oppression is coming. You know it's coming.
Right.
But guess what? We're ready. How? Right here. You understand? Brotherhood, sisterhood. We're ready. Keep going.
That ye may fight.
So, to do what?
That ye may fight.
Maybe we should go to the church and bring a tambourine. Maybe we should do what?
Fight.
That's what the scriptures say. That we be ready to fight. You understand? Not boycott. Not protest and put signs up. And then 6 months later, be back in King Buffet eating clams and lobster sauce and all this other garbage. Not that. Not going there to Ming's no more. Not later on when we forget about this. Not when Cyrus and them is deep down in the ground. When worms and stuff is coming out of them. It's safe now. Not 15 years when little Carmelo is just turning 30 and he's been doing all these years in prison for defending himself. And we go right back to normal. No. It don't say protest. Don't say let it go. It says to do what?
Fight.
Go ahead.
With these nations.
With who?
Nations.
With these Caucasians. Who else?
Nations.
These Chinese. Who else?
Nations.
These Arabs. Who else?
Nations.
These East Indians. Who else?
Nations.
These Africans. Who else?
Nations.
They say we should fight these nations. That's what the scriptures say. It don't say nothing about joining hands, do it, Shaw?
Nah.
I don't see joining hands. I don't see sit around in a circle, Indian style,
right,
and sing Kumbaya by the fire with marshmallows and s'mores and all that. I don't see that. I say we should go to war with these nations.
That's right.
Why? Because they're going to war with us.
Right.
You understand? House dogs don't fight. They get fed.
Right.
Wolves and lions fight. They fight for their lives. Keep going.
Come on, God. That assemble together against us to destroy us.
Whoa. Those heathens, those oppressors are what? Assembled what?
Assemble together against us.
To do what?
To destroy us.
That's what they want to do. The white man, the Asian man, the African man, you understand? The Arab man, they all come together to destroy us. Can't you tell? What else do we have? What else do they have to do to let you know, nigga? What else do they got to do? It seems pretty blatant to me. We in a relationship and they don't want us. It's an abusive domestic violence relationship that we're in, and we just want to stay in it. We're just gonna love them to the end. They don't love you. They don't want you. They're trying to kill you. How many times? How you want to let them put a rope around your neck and strangle you until you pass out? And when you don't die, they say, I'm just playing. How long can you be a sucker, a chump, a coward? Or are we going to be valiant men and women, courageous, and fight these nations that have come together to destroy us as per the scriptures say? That's it. I didn't write this down. These ain't bars. I didn't write this down. This ain't poetry. The scripture said this thousands of years ago. You understand? And it's still relevant today.
Right.
That means the fight is still going on. You understand? The fight is still going on. What are we going to do about it? Are we going to cry about it or have an outcry about it? Keep going.
Come on, God. In our sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 59. For it is better for us to die in battle.
Say it again.
For it is better for us to die in battle.
It's better for us to die in battle. Instead of sitting back being passive, being scared, not knowing where your next little treat is coming from, not knowing if your master who's teaching you how to sit and roll over and fetch, not if they're going to get mad. You understand? Not that. It's better to die in battle. And not for nothing vain, not for no reason, not for no cause. It's better to die in battle than to do what, Shaw?
Then to behold the calamities of our people.
It's better to die in battle than to sit back and watch the suffering of our people. It's just better to die. It's better to introduce ourselves to death than to introduce ourselves to slavery. To continue to pick the wrong people to be in our lives.
Right.
You understand? To make the wrong decisions on who we should be comrades with and love and cherish. Because the ones we're picking don't love us.
Right.
They don't like us, don't want to be around us. They want to suck the blood and bones and spirit and soul out of us, discard us, and keep it moving.
Right.
You understand? This is what they want to do. It is better for us to die than to sit back and to keep watching this garbage. It's better for us to die in battle, that is. Not to sit back and think you're going to live off your 401k and all that garbage. That is nice. But it's better to live a life of purpose. To live a life that is a battle for something. You understand? You want to say something, Sean?
No.
Let's keep going.
Go on, in sanctuary.
Go ahead.
Verse 60. Nevertheless.
Now, even though we're fighting, and we might face death during this outcry, during the support of our brothers and sisters and sticking together and deciding we're taking the collar off. Nevertheless, go ahead.
As the will of God is in heaven.
As the Most High God wanted,
so let him do.
Then let it happen. We die, we die.
Right.
You understand? But at least we had an outcry. At least we told the Most High God, we believe in you.
Right.
We believe in you until death. Because guess what? When a good dog dies, you know what happens? It gets buried. And you go get another puppy. See, but when the Most High God, when you die for the Most High God, with his people, for his people, you get a crown of life.
Right.
You understand? The reward is better. The sacrifice and the reward afterward is better.
Right.
It's better to have an outcry. It's better to have righteous anger. It's better to fight and be in battle for your brother and your sister, for your life. You understand? It's better that way. You understand? And not get caught up in this garbage. You understand? Let's drop that. Go to Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to chapter 4.
Come on.
You understand? It's time for us to put brotherhood and sisterhood into action. And not just say it sounds good. Hey, brother and sister, and you're hugging and all of that nice, soft, mushy, gushy stuff. Yeah, all that's cool. But it's wartime now. Everybody get in position. The scripture says, get ready. Be ready for the morning. Be ready for when you least expect it. When you're groggy, when you're sleepy and tired. Be ready. And don't be ready to sing, not boycott, hold hands, and we're going up to yonder and all that garbage. No. Be ready to fight to the death. You understand? Righteous anger. Ecclesiastes 4, let's go to verse 9.
Come on.
All right, let's go to Ecclesiastes 4 and verse 9.
Come on. Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 9. Deliver him that suffereth wrong from the hand of the oppressor.
It says, delivereth him that suffereth wrong at the hands of the oppressor. We cannot say that the young boy Carmelo in Texas did not suffer at the hands of this oppressor.
Right.
He suffered. The young boy Cyrus in South Carolina that got unalived by this Asian man, he suffered at the hands of this oppressor. And guess what? So did you. And your cousin and your uncle and your forefathers.
Right.
and your forefathers' forefathers, and so forth and so on. How long will it suffer at the hands of this oppressor? He said, deliver, be delivered from that. How do we do that? We just read it before. Fight. Go fight, go to battle, die in battle for it. That's all. Go ahead and die in battle. You tough. We tough, right? Go and die in battle for it. Stand up against the oppressor. Stand up against the oppressor. That's it. Remove the collar. That's it. Sacrifice a meal or two, or 3 or 4, or forever. You understand?
Right.
Deliver them that suffer from the hands of the oppressor. Go ahead.
And be not faint-hearted.
Say it again.
And be not faint-hearted.
Don't be faint-hearted. Don't get weak. Be weak-minded. Don't be weak-minded. Go ahead.
Wait down in judgment.
Yeah, when it's time to come, when it's time for the pressure to come on, and when the battle and the heat rises up, don't be faint-hearted. Don't be weak. You stand firm and strong. Why? Because our strength comes from heaven, as we read earlier. That's where our strength comes from. And you know we like to prove all things. You know we like to prove things. Let's prove it. How do we prove it? Let's test it. Let's have a righteous anger and a righteous outcry and stand with the Most High God. Stand with our brothers and sisters. Let's stand together and let's try to see. Let's do that because we haven't been doing it. I ain't talking about marching with no white man on our side either. I ain't talking about no Chinese and all of that coming in here.
Right.
Black Panthers did that. Didn't have a Japanese man in there. Not in here. Not in this house. You understand? We got to focus on us. You understand? Let's keep going.
God.
Uh-huh.
And be not faint-hearted when thou sittest in judgment.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. Be as a father unto the fatherless.
Say it.
Be as a father unto the fatherless.
And that's what we got to do. That's brotherhood right there and sisterhood right there. Be a father to the fatherless. You know what I'm saying? There's young brothers and young sisters out here. They need a role model. They need something. Let's be a father to the fatherless. In other words, let's take care of each other. Keep going.
And instead of an husband unto their mother.
You understand? You don't want to just have sex with their moms and all that. It's not about sex and all this other stuff. It's about unifying and fighting in the battle. We don't have time to think about what we want. We don't got time to think about our genitals and our stomach. We don't have time to be faint-hearted. We have to be focused and strong and remember who the damn devil is and what they're doing to us. Keep going.
So shalt thou be as the son of the Most High.
Go ahead.
And he shall love thee more than thy mother doeth.
And that's how we have to have it. We have to have love like the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Love more than a mother does. You understand? More than your mama. This is a different kind of love. You understand? This is a different kind of love. You think your mother love you. Let's try this brotherhood and sisterhood together. Let's try that kind of love. Because it's more than your mama's love.
Right.
You understand? It's more than that. And some of you out there, you love your mama. They got songs about it. Say it and all of that. I always love my mama and all of that. You understand? Well, this love of brotherhood and sisterhood and loving each other and taking care of each other and fighting for each other, being back to back and side to side, all for one and one for that kind of camaraderie, that kind of structure. Oh, that's love exceeds your mama's love.
Right.
You understand? That exceeds your mama's love. Is it more than that?
That's the end of that verse.
All right, let's go to Psalms 82.
All
right, let's go to Psalms 82 real quick. All right, what time is it? Running down the time a little bit. All right. Let's go to Psalms 82, start at verse 3. All right. I'm going to try to skip through some more of these scriptures as fast as we can. Almost coming up on the time.
Oh, God. Psalm chapter 82, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Defend the poor and fatherless.
We just read that. You understand? This is how we have an outcry. We defend the poor and the fatherless. This is what we have to do for each other. Why are they poor? Why are they fatherless? Because the nations are confederate against us, right, and they're coming to destroy us. Right. This is why we're poor and fatherless. So we have to defend that. Defend the ones that are suffering at the hands of the oppressor. Defend the poor, defend the fatherless. You understand? And let me tell you this: when we go to war, when we bond together and go to war, we might lose our lives. So that means we're going to leave some children fatherless. But guess what? Somebody else is going to step up and defend them. Right. The cycle just keeps going. So if we die in war, the next group will step up and defend the fatherless that we left behind. And it just keeps going to defend and fight for your brother and your sister. It's an eternal, forever, long-going, long-suffering thing. Keep going.
Come on, God. Do justice to the afflicted and needy.
And that's what we have to do. You understand? Provide justice for the needy and the afflicted. You understand? And the family of Carmelo, Anthony, and families of Cyrus, they are needy, right, and afflicted at this point in time. Needy don't mean you need a couple of dollars all the time. Sometimes you need an ear to listen to you. Sometimes you need a shoulder to lean on. Sometimes you need somebody to say, I love you and I'll prove it to you. Right. You understand? And prove it. You understand? And prove it. Let's keep going.
Come on, God. Verse 4. The poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
This is what we're supposed to do. This is why we go to battle. This is why it's better for us to die in battle than to watch our people continue to be poor and needy and afflicted and fatherless and hurt at the hands of this oppressor. Don't you understand? When are we going to understand what we have to do? You better stop listening to that funky Christian pastor that's making you all soft and weak. Right. Making you all mushy. This is not no mushy book. This is a book of war. That's right. Absolute war. And not war against each other.
Right.
You understand? Against these nations, as we read earlier, that are confederate against us to destroy us. You understand? This is why white folks be so mad that the UPK out here talking to blacks and Latinos and Native Americans. They get mad. They don't want us to spark up that warrior spirit in them. That's right. They don't want us to get in position. They don't want us to be ready for the morning. They don't want us to be ready because it's a scary sight. Right. You understand? It's a very scary sight. I say this, let's give them a scary sight. Right. As per the scriptures. Let's keep going.
Come on, God. Verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk, Salakia. They walk in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
You understand? These people don't understand who we are. And we don't understand who we are. But the scriptures let us know we are the chosen people of God. Right. And we have to come together and have an outcry to provoke the Most High God to send our King Yahushua back to destroy this place. Because it deserves to be destroyed. You understand? That's how we get justice. That's how we win. You understand? Well, man, that's corny. Well, how about this? I think we tried every other way. Right. Didn't we try every other way? Right. We done jumped in every religion. We done jumped in all of that. We done dealt with all of that. We done ate all their foods, used all their drugs, prayed to all their gods. We did everything that this master wanted us to do. Like good dogs, we did all the tricks. We sat, we rolled over, we got the frisbee, we got the tennis ball. You understand? We sat in the corner, was quiet, waited for you to eat and wait for a crumb to drop on the floor so we can just lick it up. We did all of that. It didn't work. We're still getting beat and thrown in a cage. Right. And we're obedient little puppies. think it's time to do something different. Let's go to second Esdras.
Come on, God.
Verse chapter 15. Yeah, first Esdras. We're going to go to chapter 15, verse 8.
No, is it first or second?
Second, sorry.
Second Ezra 15.
Yeah.
In verse 8.
That's correct.
Oh, God. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Listen, we're not going to be silent about this anymore. We're going to speak out against this oppression, against this injustice. We're going to speak out for our brothers and our sisters. Why? Because we're supposed to do it. The scripture says, cry aloud and spare none. Cry aloud and spare none. It's time to have an outcry. You understand? And we're not going to be silent about it. We're not going to sit back and just be cute little puppies for this white man or any other of these disgusting heathens anymore. You understand? We've been saying it, and we're going to continue to say it and display it.
Right.
And so we're going to display this. In the UPK, we're going to display this all across the earth. Give a damn who disagree and don't like it or get mad. We're going to do what the Most High God said to do. We're not going to be silent about this. Keep going.
Oh, God. Which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things.
Listen, we're not going to these profane things that they commit. We're not going to allow that. You understand? We're not going to take that. That's not what we're going to do. You understand? We're not going to do that. Enough is enough. Black man, woman, and child. We're going to have to develop this righteous anger. All right. Now we're going to end on this. Go to Zephaniah 2:1 real quick. All right, I'm going to jump around a little bit. Zephaniah 2:1. Matter of fact, no, go to Nehemiah, excuse me. Go to Nehemiah 4. Let's go to Nehemiah 4 and 14. All right, we're going to skip around a little bit. All right, we're going to try to jump through these scriptures as much as we can.
Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 14. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them.
You understand? We're going to stand up against these principalities, against these so-called people that's in charge. Stand up against them. Be bold. You understand? Go ahead.
Come on, God. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible.
Now you remember, we're going to remember that. The God that chose us, these so-called niggas, spicks, and wetbacks. You understand? The ones who fit the prophecies and the curses of this Bible, of these scriptures, the chosen ones. You understand? The chosen ones. We serve a great and terrible power.
Right.
We were made and designed by a great and terrible power. You understand?
Right.
So if we were designed and we were made and chosen by a great and terrible power, who do you think you are? Black man, Latino man, Native American man, woman, and child. You are a great and terrible power, and it's time for us to show these heathens that. But we can only show it in unification,
right,
in solidarity, together. You understand? Keep going.
And fight.
And do what?
Fight.
Sing.
Fight.
Boycott.
Fight.
Protest.
Fight.
Go ahead.
For your brothers.
For your brothers. Who else?
Your sons.
For your sons. Who else?
And your daughters.
And who else?
Your wives.
And who else?
And your house.
We fight for our family, our friends, our loved ones, for us. We fight for them. Not with them or against them, for them. This is what God said. You understand? Now you got to make up in your mind. Either you're going to be lukewarm, be spewed out by the Most High God, or you're going to get hot as a mother's ducker. I don't even want, you know what I want to say. I'm not going to say it. But it's time now. Enough is enough. Can't you see what's going on? Listen, man. I'm Priest Officer 5000 Shalai Yala. I represent the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This is Tuesday Brotherhood class. Black man, woman, and child. You see what's going on here, man. You know, you see what's going on here. Our job is to plant the seeds, and we're doing that. And we're not going to be silent about it. We're going to cry loud, spare none. Don't give a damn who don't like it. You understand? Serve the Most High God. Why? Because He chose us to serve Him. A great and terrible God. Show the world our power, man. We tried everything else. It's time for something new. With that, Israel, say shalom.